All right. Hello. Welcome to Purely Persistent. I'm Michelle. Today we are celebrating 10,000 subscribers. I'm so excited for this opportunity. And I'm just humbled. So many people have been impacted through my channel and it has grown so much. So I am just thrilled to be doing this live Q&A. So I've got a couple people on here. If you have any questions, definitely leave it in the chat here and I will do my best to answer. But before we go, I'd like to just give a shout out to those of my Patreon members that are supporting me through this channel. There's a link right down below. And tell me where you're from. Type in the chat. Tell me where you're coming from. So, our first question that we are answering here comes from Coffee with Co. All right, I just have my water here, but I could go for a little coffee. She wants to know, or he wants to know, tips for the HiSET and Acuplacer testing. So, the HiSET test is similar to the GED, it's just a different test. And my tips that I have for that is definitely make sure that you do a lot of practice tests, but you also figure out why. Why is this important at this point in your life to be getting it? And so I want all of you to think about that. Maybe comment down below and tell me why do you need your GED? Why do you need your HiSET? Why right now in your life is this important? I mean, why not wait 10 years? Why not wait 20 years why to get it? And not only why do you, but like if your mom wants it, if your probation officer wants it for you, that's not going to be the trick. You need to figure out why you want it and why you want it right now. And then he also mentioned the Acuplacer test, and that's just a college entrance test and similar, the same thing. Why do you need this? Study and drink lots of water. Okay, if you've been with me for a little while, you know that drinking water is so important because it hydrates your brain so that you actually do better on the test. Okay, looks like we've got more and more people joining us. Comment and tell me where you're coming from. That would just make me so excited. I love geography. Okay, so another question that we have, this actually isn't a question. It comes from Rachita. I don't know if I'm saying the name right. Rachita Cooks, congratulations on 10,000 subs. I just started watching your channel yesterday. I love your videos. I'm going to continue watching. I need to pass my GED. Awesome. Awesome. One thing that I ask of all of you, if you know anyone else is trying to get their GED or their HiSET, share this channel. If you're at a program, share this channel with your fellow students, with your teachers. I mean, this is something free that everybody can do. Oh, looks like we've got a few things. External affairs, thank you for the party emoji. I so appreciate that. And we've got Joshua from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Oh, that's so exciting. I've never been to South Carolina. And Nate is coming in from Missouri. Hi, Nate from Missouri. I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, Mohammed from New York City. Mohammed is one of my Patreon subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. Anyone else chime in? Where are you coming from? Okay, let's see here. John wrote in, he said, I just turned the half-century mark. John, that's exciting. So think about it, you guys. Half century's 100, so he's 50, right? He's celebrating, he just became 50. So John, whenever I become 50, I've decided I'm calling that my halfway there party because I want to live to be 100. So halfway there is 50. I'm going to have like a big celebration, but I've got a ways to go, but I'm kind of excited for that, for that opportunity, Lord willing. Okay. And John also says, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, that isn't exactly true. I recently passed my HiSET and will be forever grateful for you. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, John. Absolutely. Guys, if you work on this when you're directly out of high school, it's a little bit easier because fractions and the math concepts are in your brain a little bit more. But, John, he just turned 50 and he still got it. So no matter your age, you can do this. You just have to be, what's the key phrase? Purely persistent, right? Oh, looks like we've got a friend coming in from Florida. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. All right. So, Nate here, it might even be, yeah, I think it's the same Nate. He wants to know, he sent me a message earlier asking about haters and how do we deal with haters. I think that some of us have that in our lives, right? Maybe you have a hater in your life right now, or you had a hater in the past. And it's really discouraging, right? When someone tells you, you can't do this, or you're not smart enough to do this. And I think that it's important. I've kind of been thinking about this here for quite a bit. First of all, you need to surround yourself with positive people, right? They say that the five people you spend the most time with are those that kind of influence you the most, right? And so maybe the people that you're spending time with are saying negative things to you. And I think that you need to maybe make new friends. I know that that's sometimes a little bit hard, but if you can surround yourself with more positive people, then that will make a difference. Okay. And so it's hard if you're spending time with family, but think about, who are you following on social media? Are you following people that are giving you encouragement, or are you following people that, are maybe a little bit more negative? Follow positive people. You guys are following me. I'm positive. And so hopefully that helps. And then, Nate, another thing is sometimes I think that comments from the past can linger in our brains, and they can be really, really hurtful. When I was a camp counselor, or a camper, when I was maybe in fourth or fifth grade, I was told, out of all the girls that were in my camp, I was the ugliest girl. That's what they all said. And things like that are hurtful. I mean, even now as an adult, like, I mean, there's still that burn in there. But I don't know them, and I don't care, like, how is it now, right? Um, Maybe, like, who knows what's going on in their life, but I have to think about, how is it impacting my life right now? Do I want to let those negative thoughts really get into me, to dig to do I want to spend my quality time doing that and thinking about their negative thoughts? No, right? If you had a teacher that said something negative to you, that you're never going to make it, well, look at them, right? Use this as encouragement to push through, right? They said those negative thoughts, and I'm going to prove them wrong. Uh, Nate, I hope I hope I answered your question. I don't know if I did or not. I do have an entire video on response to haters and criticism. It's one of my earlier videos, so definitely do be sure to check that out. I think the one of them in particular really helped me through some difficult times, and so that's why I actually created the video, because I needed it myself. Okay, let me just take a look here. We've got someone from California, another person from New York. Oh, lots of we've got East and West Coast people. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Let's see here. John said he got a perfect score on social studies. He took the HiSET test he mentioned earlier. That's a score of 20. John, that's amazing. I am so excited for you, and I'm so thankful that I could be in this journey here with you. Josh says, I'm working on my GED and already passed science and social studies. Whoop, whoop. Good job, Joshua. And I only have the RLA and math left. Way to go. And Raymond says that he's passed the HiSET, and with help, with your teacher's help. Awesome. Adult education teachers definitely have a true spot in their heart for helping people like you. And I hope that the teacher that you're working with feels like that. And then watching my videos, I'm so thankful that I can help with that. Okay, let me get to a few more of these questions that we have here. Um, so Maraquin asked how to write the GED essay, please. Okay, so the essay, whether it be the GED essay or the HiSET test essay, these are going to be argumentative essays. And I've actually kind of mastered how to teach passing that test. And I have several videos where I give examples. So make sure that you check out a few of those videos. This is actually why I started my channel, because I would be teaching a class and I would spend so much time teaching students about how to write an essay. And then some students would miss. And I'm like, well, I guess I have to start over, right? And so now I'm like, oh, check out this video. And so that's actually why one of the reasons I started my YouTube channel. And so definitely make sure you do that. But in probably early November, I am going to offer a workshop on writing the essay. And so, if you are interested in that workshop, make sure that you click. I don't have it in this video, so I'll have to add it. But if you click on my Gumroad account where I give free resources for the last several videos, you put in an email, and I will be sending people on that email list that I have links to join that workshop. So definitely, like Mohammed and I mentioned before, he's one of my Patreon members. He's the Patreon Pro, and so he has chosen to have some individual tutoring with me. And just today, we went over his second essay. So definitely a perk of being in that higher level of Patreon, you get that one-on-one tutoring, especially with the essay, because I can really help you get to where you need to be to pass it. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm saying this right. I am says, or AM says, thank you. Thanks for the videos. My pleasure. I'm so happy to help you. Uh, John says, if you can get a 20 at least on one HiSET, you can get the minimum of 8 on the rest. That's absolutely true. For the HiSET, you need to have an average of 45. And so you're right. You could just get the minimum for the other ones. That's for sure. Um, Nate, absolutely. My pleasure. I'm glad that I was able to help. I think that we're all people can say mean things, and I know that that happens. This channel here is really supportive, but I have a cake decorating channel that I actually used to put more of my effort in before this one, and I've had some mean things, and I think sometimes people can be more hurtful when it's more anonymous. But I've had several comments about my voice, right? Um, it is what it is, and I've accepted that this is who I am. And if they don't like my voice, well, then that's just too bad, right? Thanks, guys, for sticking along, even though I have a quirky voice here. Okay, RS made a comment, and it was, what do I need to know to pass GED science? Oh, John, you love my voice. Thank you. Okay, so to answer RS's question, the GED science. So it's really the most important thing for the GED science is to remember it's a reading test. Okay, what are your reading skills? What are your critical thinking skills? So that's the most important thing. And I have a few videos on it, but I did them quite early on. But just really making sure that your reading skills are up to par. Okay. And so for the science specifically, though, I would say make sure that you know the scientific method. Okay. So there are 5 or 6 steps with the scientific method. So there's, figuring out what the issue is, the hypothesis, which is the question or which is your guess, your educated guess. I think I need to do a whole video on the scientific method. I really will. Okay, I promise that. Let's see here. Raymond, a 55 on your HiSET. That is phenomenal. I'm so excited for you. Great job on that. Mohammed, I'm the best tutor. Oh, you're so kind. Thank you so much. All right. I have another question here that's from Adrian Moran. The question that Adrian has is definitely a little more complex than I can go through in this live video. So my apologies on that. John says probability in math is important. Absolutely. So probability, like if I have a quarter and I flip it 5 times, what are the chances that it will land on heads or something like that? It gets a little more complicated than that. But once you understand the basics of probability, it's actually pretty easy. Okay, Joshua says, biggest struggle is math. Absolutely. And Joshua, I think with math, you need to, you got to understand the basics, the core math, but that's not what's going to be on the test. Okay. So knowing the core math is going to help you get to the upper level math, which is what is on the GED and the HiSET test. Joshua, I have some unfortunate news for you. Most of the questions are word problems, but I actually love word problems because they give a problem a purpose, right? It makes it just a little bit more fun, and so I have a lot of videos that can help with that. Okay, do you guys have any more questions for me? I'm out of questions here. Think. Okay, how did you become so bubbly and positive? Nate, I have no idea. um, it's also probably I choose positivity, and I surround myself with positive people. And so part of it I think is my personality, that this is just kind of the way I am, but I think part of it is I want to be happy, and I'm going to surround myself with happiness. And so most mornings, I'm kind of in a rut right now of doing this, but most mornings I like to write a gratitude journal. And so I write 5 things I'm thankful for from the day before. Or sometimes at the dinner table, I'm like, what are 5 things that you guys are thankful for? And I think that by thinking about what's going right in my life really makes me a lot happier than if I focus on what's going wrong in my life. Because I mean, we all have things that are going wrong, and if I focus on the things that are going right, it makes me happier. Uh, am I naturally like this, or was it something I developed over time? I don't know. I would say that I'm probably maybe a little more bubbly than I used to be, but I've always been a pretty happy and smiley person. And it's quite refreshing to see, and you admire it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You can be happy too. You deserve to be happy. So choose happiness, right? Okay, John says, are you a fan of any other YouTube channels? Yes. So this goes back sort of to Joshua's question about struggling with math. One channel that I recommend is called Math Antics. Okay. And this guy here does a lot of videos on just general math. His videos have a lot more production value than mine do, but he does a really good job explaining a lot of different topics. And I think that the other YouTubers that are working on GED or HiSET, we all just have our different personalities, but I think that they have the same mission as I do, just trying to make the world a better place and help all of you achieve this goal. Okay, do we have any other questions or any other thoughts? John, you agree. Awesome. Thank you also for the tips that you have of some other YouTube channels that you like. Well, I'm going to do my little happy dance because as I said, we hit 10,000 subscribers. This has been a goal of mine for a long time to impact 10,000 lives. Like this has been like this mysterious number for me. And even in terms of YouTube, it may be small. I mean, there are people with millions and tens of millions of subscribers, but I feel like for me, 10,000 subscribers is just phenomenal. And I thank each and every one of you. So here's my little happy dance, 10,000 subscribers. Woo! And just know that every time you guys write a comment with your success, I'm like doing the happy dance for you too. So it just makes my day reading all of the comments that you guys write. Oh, Blaze, thank you for your amazing videos. I love you so much. I passed the GED and now you're officially a graduate. Woo, Blair, I'm so excited for you. It really just makes my day that I have been able to help you. So as I end every single video, make sure that you believe in yourself, okay? That goes right along with the happiness question. Make sure that you believe in yourself. I think one of the most important things in order to pass the GED or the HiSET is having the confidence that you can do this. And I know that each one of you can do it. If you go into that test with confidence that I'm going to try my best, then you're going to do much, much better. So thank you all for being here and for supporting my channel. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you. And I wish you all a beautiful evening. Peace, my friends.